Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'm going to show you the team I'm going to use for this Fang Moor faction assault. Now one thing that's really important and was first pointed out to me by one of my regular viewers, Horndog. He pointed this out, but I did notice it straight away as soon as I came into the shop. There are no potions, and this is highly unusual. It must be a bug. But usually I say buy tier 1 because you get the potion of enchantment. But there is no potion of enchantment. There is no potion of explosion and so on. They're just not there. So that is going to make this delve considerably harder. Not to mention a little bit slower because the potion of enchantment, obviously, you get a nice boost in that. So I'm going to still do some battles and show you the team I'm going to use, but because of this bug, we want a nice quick team. So I've got my Medal of Arnu on there for a quicker start. I need to swap out that medal though, and I'll chuck in a... doesn't really matter to be honest, we'll chuck in an Orpheus. Right, and then back to the event. So to do the basic delves on this, not pure faction, anything like that, I'm going with a really straightforward team. I'm going to go for an elementalist based team, and the reason is I want a 50% start on this all the time, because with that lack of a potion of enchantment, I want to make sure that we get this done quickly. So for this reason, I'm going to go for a really straightforward, easy to use team. 2 times King Gobtruffle, the Mirage Queen for that 50% start to elementals, and for the weapon I'm going to go for the Arboreal Crystal. Explode a load of green gems, grant a random status effect to all elemental allies, which is everyone, and has a summon too. So this is going to be a nice easy way of going about this. And the banners, let's check this out quickly. +2 blue for certain, and green would be nice. There it is, that'll do. Right, class, we want Elementalist. For that awesome third trait. And just check this, Snap Freeze is fine, Insulated is good, Stone Circle, don't think these make any difference really. Watery Binding is okay, don't particularly want a Dust Storm at the start. Rock Solid is always handy, Lightning Strike is good, and Fortitude, fine. Right, so let's jump in without any potions, which is going to be unusual to say the least. But this team should get it done nice and quick, which is why I specifically picked this team. A single cast of Gobtruffle damages all enemies, and for the early stages is going to wipe through these early stages really quickly. Can just go all the way. This is quite a long one. This is there's no quick way around it. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 fights before you get to the mythic one, and you can pick off these other rooms if you like after you reach this point here to get the room and treasure multiplier increased. I'm just going to do it the quick way for this. Cast our crystal. We get status effect C from the Arboreal Crystal, which is really cool. Next stage. Marilith. She's armful. Cast the crystal. Fills up our team. Cast away. just noticed, like, it says Potion of Enchantment. I think we're getting that anyway. There were no potions there, but it's everyone's been enchanted at the start of every battle, so what is going on? I saw it on the first battle and I ignored it because I was just like, just double check that, what's happening. Are the potions bugged at the point is of we're getting them anyway, but they're just not showing? And I haven't bought tier 1 yet. What is going on? Anyway, I'm going to do this room anyway, because you watch the beginning, you get that wiggle thing where the Potion of Enchantment comes in straight away. Vitality, enchantment. Getting all sorts of stuff going on. What is happening? It's good, because it means you don't have to buy tier 1 at the moment to get these benefits. I haven't bought anything from the shop. Wow. Anyway, so we'll claim that. Mythic ingots, chaos shards, etc. This is strange. What's this weapon? Bloodthirsty Axe. Deals damage to the first 2 enemies and inflicts bleed on them, so nothing special about that. More collectible than anything, I'd say. Yeah, anyway, on to the next one. Let's just see what happens. This has thrown me ever so slightly. Yeah, definitely getting the potions at the start. Anyway, carry on then. And this team in this class will be good enough to take this a really long way. I'm using this same team in the actual delves on really high levels. And it is absolutely fine. You think it's going to take a long time, but it doesn't, because the way that the Gob Truffles just can repeat cast again and again, and the way you get those 4 matches, you get the entire other team entangled, so they can't do any skull damage back and what have you, or they lose their turn if they're frozen. It really does work really, really well. What you think should be a bit of a slow grind team actually isn't. Is actually pretty fast. Do we have any green on Mirage? No, we don't. We've still got an enchanted Gob Truffle to come. So, basically, I'm not spending any gems if I don't have to. Save your gems. You have Mirage Green to finish off. A little bit bamboozled by all this. This is highly unusual. Ah, tea. Chief Dargon. That's a really handy troop right there. Oh, should have got that purple really. Doesn't matter. Don't need it. So yeah, this team is just going to whiz through this. Legendary ingots. Just want to check that I will spend those gems in a minute just to check that you do get the sigils and stuff, or if you do. Yeah, like I say, I've been using this exact team in a few delves for the non-pure faction delves where I can. In a lot of places it's nice and easy to use. Nothing really to think about. Can't really go wrong. Once you get the 2 gob truffles charged up, it's kind of... game is almost over. Shape of like a dragon. Use faction assault. Pretty cool. No extra turn that time, never mind. No loop anyway. Got the extra turn obviously, but not the loopy part of what you hope for when you cast King Gob Truffle. That's a handy thing about this as well, with these gargoyles being there now as well. Because you destroy the gems like you do with Gob Truffle, then there's a chance you're going to... not with that, sorry, with the Arboreal Crystal. There's a chance you're going to... very high chance you're going to take out those gargoyles. Just going to look at potions activated. Do we have green? No, we don't. So we'll just collect it for the Arboreal Crystal. Didn't quite take out that gargoyle that time. Never mind. Not essential. Don't really need it. They're gone anyway. Just want to do a few more because I want to run out of these and then see if I see what I get when I actually buy the first tier. Don't mind spending 30 gems to find out. That's nice. One faction assault. Right, and what do I do this now? Because this is going to take a while. I've got 2 delves remaining right now. So buy this. Yes, we still got the correct stuff. Just no potions, which seem to be there anyway. I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. Obviously on the later tiers you'd ordinarily get the potion of explosion and things like that, which really does help on the later levels, but they're not there, they're not there. And this team does negate a lot of the abilities and trouble you might have when doing this sort of thing on the later levels. Everybody on the other team is going to be entangled, they're not going to be doing any damage via skulls. They can be frozen, they can be stunned, so a lot of their abilities are going to be taken away. No, let's do this. Of course, with the Arboreal Crystal, we get a status effect on everyone anyway as soon as we cast it, so a very handy team indeed, and really good for newer players as well. Like there's no Mythics in this again. I like to do these teams without mythics for the benefit of players that don't have all the troops yet, or some of the, or missing some of the main ones at least. No cleanse in this team, but it doesn't matter that we're entangled. We're not actually relying on skull damage in this team. We're looking to repeat with the gob truffle, of course. Get rid of them from hitting us anyway. And just rinse and repeat, basically. Pretty straightforward. Cast this as soon as we can. Now when both of these are charged up, see, I haven't even been looking out for the Mirage Queen because I don't really need to at this stage. It's only on the later stages where things pick up a bit, where we need to start looking at the Mirage Queen as well to do extra damage. I mean when the enemy's on, like, you know, a couple of hundred or more health and stuff like that, then I'll look to the Mirage Queen for her cast. That's what works so well, because all these green that appear from the Gob Truffle gives the Mirage Queen spell a much higher chance of working. Let's get the extra benefits now. So a simple team, but highly effective. And that's what you want. That's what I want anyway. Ease of use sometimes. I don't have to look around for colour conversions, anything like that. Very straightforward. And very resilient, considering you wouldn't have thought this is a hyper resilient team, but the way that Elementalist trait works, and the way we get constant damage from them Gob Truffles all the time, this is a really, really strong team. You get the constant status effects from the Arboreal Crystal, so people are often barriered as well, or stuff like that. I like it. With a green storm going at the start as well, which is handy. When you cast a Gob Truffle spell, you've got a much higher chance of getting a good cascade, and I missed that format on red then. Too busy thinking what to say next in my subconscious. Alright, let's get going. Bye bye. Bish bash bosh dosh. The bone pile. I can bother collecting that blue up at the top there in that top corner, just keep on casting these two. Mirage Queen, does she have any alignment? Not quite, but it doesn't matter. Nice format there. It's the Arboreal Crystal charged up. That's the whole team charged up. Yeah, this works good. It's wise to collect the extra 4 matches sometimes when the second Gob Truffle isn't charged up yet. It keeps the loop going. Yeah, not the best start in world history. chance there, see, to get that extra mana surge there on the green to keep the second gob truffle up. Not that we actually need to yet, but it's just a good habit to get into. Right, let's do this last one now, because this team is good enough to carry you pretty much all the way in this on a basic level. Basic being non-pure faction. Pure faction, if you don't know, I did do an actual video on this a couple of weeks ago, is when you basically do the delve on the highest level to get the extra points using that faction's team. And the faction's team are the troops that you get when you undo the chaos shards in that delve and get those troops. You have to use a combination of those troops and those troops only, so no hero either. On many of the delves it makes it a lot more challenging. You have to really plan things properly. And the team I'm using now, you can just be a little bit reckless sort of thing. I'm not really thinking too much about any of this. It's hyper straightforward and easy to use. And even on the harder levels, it's just going to be the same. All you've got to do on the harder levels, if you don't want to keep on casting the gob truffles, is just to keep an eye out for the Mirage Queen conversions. Converting all those green gems to Doom Skulls. When you get a 4-match on them, that is going to do some really devastating damage. You can do skull damage if you want, don't have to. Super easy. Alright, 2 more scraps to go. Guarded chamber. Not particularly well guarded, I have to say. Oh, that was a bad one from Gob Truffle. But now we can do Mirage Queen if we want to. Take another skull hit if we want. That's gonna maybe start a cascade. Cast our Boreal Crystal. Got status effects going everywhere in our favour. And it's extremely easy. Alright, last one. Can't get blue, I like to get green as a second choice. Like I say, we're entangled on the hero, but it literally doesn't matter, we're not worried about that. If the gob truffles can do the job on their own. Yeah, an absolute doddle with this team. So there's a team I'm using for this, but be wary of that potion thing, because I don't know if it's just for me. But yeah, I've got enchanted at the start of each battle anyway, so something to be wary of. And as a weapon there if you want to pick it up. But yeah, strange that there's no potions at the start. But there's the video, there's the team I'm using. They're very easy to use. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, be sure to think about clicking that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.